King Misuzulu will today perform a ritual called Ukungena Esibayeni, which is loosely translated as Entering the Kraal. The pre-coronation ceremony is going ahead at KwaKhangelamankengane Royal Palace in KwaNongoma, but this is not without any drama, as we just indicated. A possible interdict. We know that this matter will be heard in the Pietermaritzburg High Court. Simpiwe, a very good morning to you. Thanks indeed for joining us on the program. Certainly looks to be a lot of festivities taking place there this morning, but it's not without drama. The latest, of course, is that there is a matter that is now going to the Pietermaritzburg High Court, and there are certain members of the royal family that are basically challenging certain aspects. Do we know what's going on here?
Well, indeed, Griselda, but one would say that those developments are not really surprising when you look at what has been happening in the AmaZulu royal household since the departure of the late king, that's King KaZwelithini. The issue here, Griselda, has been around the issue of the will of the late king, with the two princesses, as you mentioned them in your introduction, claiming that the will or the signature on that will of the late King KaZwelithini was forged. Of course, we have had reports coming through saying that a handwriting expert actually agrees with the suggestion that the signature on the king's will was indeed forged, but of course that matter is not yet over. Now the latest developments coming through from the Pietermaritzburg High Court, the two princesses filing an urgent interdict, trying of course to prevent this ceremony from going ahead. But we have been speaking to different people, different stakeholders who are in attendance here, Griselda, and the sentiment or the view from them is that irregardless of what is happening outside this area, they are going to forge ahead with this event, which is a very historic event, Griselda, when you look at the issue of its importance in the AmaZulu culture, as King Misuzulu KaZwelithini is expected to enter the Kraal at about midday today. And since the early hours of the morning, we have seen thousands of dignitaries arriving here, trying to make their way, as of course everyone is anticipating to see how this event is going to unfold. But Griselda, of course, let's get the voices of the people who are in attendance here, and I'm going to try and speak to a few of them. Ngiyakubona uvunulile ngohlelo lwakhona ubukeka umuhle. Ake siqalelana nje ukuthi kuwena lusho ukuthini lolu suku?
Lolu suku luhle kakhulu kabi, lusijabulisa kakhulu singamaZulu njengabantu futhi abalazi isiko. Sikuthozela kakhulu nje kuba lapha KwaKhangelamankengane sizobungaza lo mcimbi omkhulu kangaka wenkosi yethu yamaZulu. Ngiyabonga.
Ake sibheke udaba lolu oselukhu lufufusa lubonakala lukhona nasembikweni nje yabezindaba olukhuluma ke ngesihlalo sobukhosi lapha kwaZulu. Kunabanye amalungu omndeni athi bona cha awahambisani nokubekwa esihlalweni kwenkosi noma kwesilo uMisuzulu. Mhlasimbe njengamalungu omphakathi, njengabantu nje baseNingizimu Afrika, nina nithini ngalokho kwenzakalayo eNdlunkulu?
NjengamaZulu siyazi ukuthi nasekuqaleni banakho ukuthi babangisane njengoba babanga kwamanye amakhosi, but ke thina ngokwazi kwethu njengamaZulu siyazi ukuthi lokho kwenzekayo okuyisiko lamaZulu, futhi siyakholwa ukuthi njengoba umntwana uMisuzulu, he is our majesty. Akuphikiswa nje lokho, akuyona nento amampunge nje laba ukuthi njengoba phela imibako ihlala ikhona nje, futhi asinandaba ngoba siyazi babanga nje into ezodlula benziwa umona nje lo akukho kunye. Well,
Griselda, the lady that we are speaking to is saying that as ordinary people, they are not faced by these challenges that are facing the royal household, saying that there is only one king for the AmaZulu nation, and that's King Misuzulu KaZwelithini. Let us engage another, guest who is in attendance this morning. Can I just ask you to step closer? Thank you very much for your time. As guest told again now is Suguti. Umuzwa wakho uthini ngalolu suku njengomuntu othamelekela umcimbi oyinqophamlando nobaleke kangaka?
Ngibingelele kakhulu siyakhuleka endlunkulu sithi bayede wena wesilo lolu suku usuku olukhulu kakhulu kithi singamaZulu njengathi abantwana abancane nje esithe sakhula isilo esikhothamile sesiphethe manje kuzogcotshwa isilo esisha phambi kwethu kuyimlando omkhulu kithi njengaba esiqoqelana nesizukulwane sethu esikhulu ukuthi ilokunganeni nje ngathi into esiqala ukuyibona namhlanje sigcwele lapha elenganeni ehlala Nkosi sijabule ngalendlela enzima into nje esingakade sasilindele lolusuku kuyinjabulo enkulu lolusuku lika sasizwa mawufunde indabeni encwadini ukuthi uma kubekwa inkosi ke kube nobuyaluyalu siyabona nabantu buyenzeka ukuthi sithi bayede wena wesilo siyavuma.
Amen. Well, there you have it, Griselda. Those are just some of the voices of ordinary people here at KwaKhangelamankengane Royal Palace who are saying that they are excited to be part of this historic event. And historic, Griselda, in the sense that the late AmaZulu King KaZwelithini was on the throne of this very huge nation for about 50 years. So the AmaZulu people as a whole have been accustomed to this stability within the royal household. Not anyone, basically no one was questioning the role of the late king, but now these developments, starting to trickle in and causing some confusion amongst the royal family and also amongst the people as a whole. 2 days ago, Griselda, we saw the princes of the brothers of the late king KaZwelithini holding a media briefing saying that they do not agree with the process that is going to be unfolding today, and saying that they've got a different candidate other than King Misuzulu KaZwelithini, who they believe should actually ascend to the throne. But of course, the traditional prime minister of AmaZulu, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, has been saying for a very long time now that there should be no, confusion around the issue of the AmaZulu nation. And of course, we are going to be continuing to try and get as many voices as possible, Griselda, as the day progresses, to try and ascertain their views about them, their expectations around this very historic day, and also what they are looking forward to. Let me step out of the shot once more, Griselda, and give our viewers a sense of what is currently happening. Earlier on, we saw hundreds of Amabutho making their way inside the palace, and we're still expecting more of those people to be, coming through, Griselda. About 30,000 of them are expected to attend this very huge and historic event, but we'll continue, of course, to get more views from the people who are in attendance here, Griselda.
Simpiwe Makanya KwaKhangelamankengane, thank you very much indeed.